again 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 13.
But we are bound to give thanks always to God for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, because God has from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and the belief of the truth.
We are bound, we are obliged
Yes.
to thank God always for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, because God hath from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth. Again, it is God who is choosing,
Yes.
God who chose you from the beginning. Kubva pakutanga chaipo makasarudzwa kare, hazvina kuzoitika pamberi apa. Wafunga kuregera fodya, Mwari oti afunga kuregera fodya, maybe ndikamusarudza anoita munhu kwaye. Kwete. The choice that God exercised over the elect was not based on their conduct. Nobody was good in God's eyes, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God.
Amen.
It was on the basis of his love. Now look at Pastor Eric, look at 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 13. He says we are bound to thank God always,
Yes.
because he chose us. Let's invert this scripture and see who was to thank who, if man was the one to choose God.
Yeah.
If man was the one to choose God, then God was always bound to thank us.
Yeah.
Pastor Marangi, muri kuzviona here kuti
Yeah. Yanga richada njira.
matotenjiva
Yeah, yanga richada. Musoro mubongoro.
kuti munhu anoti ndini ndakasarudza Mwari. Gwaro roti isu ngatitendei Mwari nguva dzese, nekuti iye akatisarudza kuti atiponese. He chose you to salvation. Akatisarudza kuti atiponese. Ndambotaura ndichiti anosarudza anofanira kunge aine chinangwa chaari kusarudzira vanhu.
Yes.
Mwari akatisarudza kuti iye Mwari atiponese. Kanjani isu tikatanga kumusarudza? Saka Mwari tete akumusarudza kuti timuponese. Saka Mwari anenge aifanira kuti atitete nguva dzese. Totenda furora akatisarudza kuti andiponese. Mwari anoponeswa akanga aine chitadzo chipi chaakanga aita Mwari? Oza dzimwe mharidzo dziri kuteterwa mumachechi soka dzedoke dzakaparidzwa naAbulakagwa. Kubvocha kwacho soka akufanire kuitwa nemunhu anonzi mufundisi mani.
Ichokwadi. Ichokwadi.
Mari dzekuti vanhu vanosarudza Mwari yakasiyanei yekuti ndagadzira mochari inotonhorera. Zvakufanana.
Comrade Chitando, that when I was member of parliament for Kwekwe, I constructed a state-of-the-art mortuary with 12 bays. Very cool. Mukati macho. Saka ndikati ni vanhu vomumbizo Kwekwe. Pane price yefamily chatanga kuisa munhu umu. Kandi hospital kwa kuna mwanga atoshaya vakabva vangohwina price. Patapinda mochari mutawana Chitanda ane 6 ma bays ema bodies. Anotonhorera. Anangopinza ruboko andakuzopinda.
Ubenzi hwekuti unotoshaya kuti munhu uyu ashaiwa here chiremba ngamutarise.
Ongororo pfungwa. Chokwadi.
Ameno regaimbo izvi ndambozvitaurawo izvi. Ndida kuzvitaura because I'm worried. There's something that I think our nation has lost a long time ago. And I believe that there's a message I'm going to preach very soon. It's a series. It's going to be called the God series. And this is where I'm going to address most of these things. But Pastor Marange, I watched a video in which Joanna Mamombe, one of the 3MDC activists, was telling the horrific experience that she had in the hands of the ZANU-PF madmen who captured them, sexually abused them, tortured them, and vandalized their dignity because of the impunity that the state security institutions are operating with.
Tichindirwa mvura zvikanzi imbai toda kuti muimbe zvamanga muchiita, toda kuti muimbe mumache kusvika mapedza shungu, toda kuti mumache uchingoti ukamira kumacha uro hanzi machai muchiimba nziyo dzenyu, tapedza kumacha woti uri kunzwa weitiitira ipapo ndikaziti mwewetianetsai.
It's okay.
Shindirwa mvura zvihanzi imimi ndimi vikaire makashinga muna zvitovasikana makashinga sisikia vachimubata varume ivava vaititi machai ini ndanetsai tichimbiswa
And then I was now reading the comments that Zimbabweans were sending after watching that video. Pastor Marange, do you know that we have Zimbabweans who were saying you deserved it? Can you imagine that we had Zimbabweans? We know that there's a group of people called Varakash, the people who are employed by President Mnangagwa to go and defend him on social media and saying all sorts of stupid things, desperate things to defend a failed regime. But those are not Varakash. These are actually our people, our Zimbabwean population, our brothers and sisters,
Yes.
our mothers and fathers. After seeing such a video, a gruesome video, a video that broke my heart when I heard those ladies relaying their audio, telling the nation what they went through. I watched also a video in which Gonyet was crying, and the emotion with which they expressed their agonies and their pains.
Vanhu vadokugogodza then vanhu mapurisa enda angoti maybe majoke vanhu vari kungodzokawo vanhu vemuraini ndatozonzwa noise ikoku manje kumena because inini rangodhorita kutanga ende kupanze ndanzwa noise pandakatotora foni chida kutoziva kuti ndealeti vanhu ndopandikasema kuti gorangu rakutotanga kupikwa kozina ndikaleka from inside rapikwa zvaravhurika then pakapinda 3 varume vanga vakapfeka mamasi vangosvikofugura magumbezi ndikatondidhonza ndandisina kupfeka ndandangopfeka top nepant only so vandidhonza ndikati ndikandipfeka ndanda kutorwa mambama ndakabudiswa ndakachipipiriswa musoro. So pandakabuda ndakangoona ic yewaiti. Inini motikari yandakapinzwa handasiiona kuti ndaiswa musoro pasi. Ndakangosvika mota ndakachipipiriswa musoro pasi dare vadhiraivha. Handina kutoona kuti takafamba sei kana kuti tazongoona tasvika panzvimbo patasvika apane museri kudai so ndaburuka donzwa ndanobviswa kumvura masiweji. Toiswa kumvura ikoko vakatenda kuti uri mudiki sereki pagavhumendi, unomoka gavhumendi, zvimadhirama zvako takakuona wakabvira dhare iwewe. Handambopindira, ndinzirara pasi, ndarara mvura, ndinzirola, vakatanga kundirova, ndakarowa rola nchinzi ndakanzirola enda kusaidhi uko. Ndandoenda kusaidhi ikoko ndinosvika kurohwa, ndodzokera kune rimwe saidhi ndinosvika kurohwa nangwani zvimashambo uko. Ndakata pasi variswa nedenga ndatanga kupikwa manje musana. Vantu anti wakaita kuti tidzinge mudzimba, iwewe ndo watazoburisa mumba menyu manje. Anti ita zvatinoita vamasoja kana tiri patraining, ndatanga kupiwa zvekugezeswa mumvura. Handimwa mvura iyi, ndatanga kuzanzi itoita ngorugagla sauti, ndatanga kutogagla mvura iyoyo. Ndakatanga kurohwa futi, achibvunza kuti madhani gara kuti mandizive murove wakaiswa nechifiti chanogara kuti ndakati handisiyi. Akatama kwaimbogara akagara ikoko, handisina wandizoti anogara kuti achibvunza kuti maofisi kwenyu ndekupi chichichi. Akazonzi boyfriend yako iri kuti, saka haana boyfriend. Kanzi iwe motikari yako inani, saka mota ndoisa kukapaki. Kanzi ari kunyeba esi mota yangu ndoipaka ndakuyoita kumbura kwangu, ari kunyepa murovei. Ndatanga kurohwa ndobva ndanzi ndisahendi simuka. Ndasimuka nzi bvisa top yaona iye. Ndabvisa top. Ainfect ndandine foni, ndandabuda nefoni yangu. Saka nesinga vanhu vanga kunditsvaga manje mameseji atanga kupinda. Ndisiye foni zvaitoro zvatakutswanywa nepfuti. Zvapfanywa nepfuti daro. Simuka, bvisa hembe, ndabvisa top yayo. Bvisa pensiro, ndabvisa. Ndiri kando, saka ndakari kanda kune side kwacho. Ndaro side yangu, urikukanda chibhurugwa chako kwandiri nditema nebhurugwa rako kuno. Vatanga kundirova futi, ndanditema nebhurugwa yayo. Gara pasi, ndakutozve simuka, gara pasi. Simuka, rara, rola izvozvo. Kanzi isa musoro mvura, ndoisa musoro mvura. Sinza maoko mudenga, ndasimuka. Saka ndakaita time ndakadaro, ndakutadza kufema manje. Ndipo ndakangobudisa mujana kuti ndifeme. Ndisa musoro ndakubvisa. Saka ndakaita time ndakadaro. Saka ndakazonzwa pazii manje sinza musoro vandatoona pasina vanhu. Jesus. We are not even safe munyika munomu. Zvinhu zvinotisa. Ende varume vacho kana varume vakawanda kudaro vachitora ini handina pfuti, handina chii, vanhu voya vane pfuti. Zvinotisa. Ende vachiuya kumba, kozi munin'ina wangu akatorohwa. Vakasvika vakambunza kuti ndiri kupi, akati handina ndadzoka, vakamurova. Apa vakapinda mumba mune vana vakabata futi zvokuti vana vari kutoshokwa, vakatoshokekana nazvo. Amai vangu vese vakatotaura, vakatodonha nezuro. Saka zvinhu zvinotisa. Ende vakatoti vakaripota nyaya iyi, zvinonzi unoda kuripota, sure kwakaripota nyaya iyi, we won't hesitate a bullet musoro mamai vako. Saka hatisi safe. Hatina freedom of expression. kwezvakasiyekutanga tikambotorwa futi paine nemapurisa tikuendeswa kucentral emhayongoti paipasiti saka hatitomborina futi mazvikuti and pakatoita post futi pafacebook achimseka kavhidhio chimobilize vanhu paifana kuti tiishow kumaperformance akati doneti iwe ndiwasara ndiye next for my ongoing abductions atiri kuita ndakatomupindura munhu iwoyo pafacebook ndinongoti pamwe zvanga zvagara zvikatori mupipeline zvakatorongwa kakuti tichatorwa saka hakuna freedom of expression vakataura kozi wakada kuexpressa kungotorwa orowa saka
Do you know that those ladies expressed a great deal of bravery when they told the nation what happened to them?
Yes.
Naturally, women, when they are sexually assaulted, they try desperately to protect their dignity by being quiet about it.
Yes.
We have so many women in this country who were raped, and because of the thought that once I tell people that I've been raped, there's going to be stigma also.
Yes.
I'm going to be stigmatized. I'm going to be looked at as if I'm less of a human being because of what I've gone through.
Yes.
For those that are not yet married, they begin to think that maybe my prospects of marriage are going to be minimized once people know that I once was sexually assaulted. And those women, they told us that they were made to drink their urine. Some of them were made to eat their waste, human waste.
Yes.
And some gory, abusive things that happened to them where they took the barrels of their firearms and shoved them through their anal passages. And when I looked at those videos, they broke my heart. And what broke my heart more was the comments that our people sent to those ladies. Some were saying, why were you demonstrating during a lockdown? If you send your daughter at 9 p.m. to go and buy something from a tuck shop and they are raped on their way back from the tuck shop, does that justify the rapist?
No.
Is there a specific time of the day where rape is now permissible at law?
No.
Even if one is raped at 2 a.m., it remains a horrible criminal act.
Yes.
On the part of the perpetrator. If these ladies had violated the law, we have a judiciary system, a justice system in this country,
Yes.
which is equally able and capable to try matters at the courts of law. There is nowhere in this country where it is said, if somebody does this, rape them, kill them, sexually abuse them. There is a song inoimbwa kana pachiitwa Defense Forces Day, or there is a song inoimbwa kana pachiitwa Heroes Day. Inonzi kune nzira dzemasoja dzekuzvibata nadzo. Teererai mitemo yese mugodzidzisa masi. Musatore hanzi musaite sei musave munotora zvinhu zvemasi yedu, teererai mitemo yese mugodzidzise masi. Do not illegally possess what does not belong to you because we are during a war situation.
Yes.
Even during the liberation war struggle, the comrades were not allowed to rape women. Even at a time of war.
Yes.
They were not allowed even to rape the women of the adversary. Kurepa mabhunu chaiko muchiri wahondo, it was illegal. We know some of them did those things. And some of them died of sexually transmitted diseases during the war.
Yes.
The comrades were not allowed to go into the villages and impregnate women and girls there, but it happened. There is no community without made men. We understand that. But what I wanted to say is, yes, our state is perpetrating gross human rights violations. And for that, the international community should do something. But I'm also equally worried about the mindset of our own people.
Yes.
I'm worried about the mindset of the ordinary Zimbabwean. Our apathy and our indifference and our docility when other Zimbabweans are being brutalized is a serious cause for concern to those who are hoping that one day our country is going to change. I saw a video in which police officers were beating up a vendor in an open truck in Harare.
Yeah.
And the truck was not running very fast because there was traffic jam. And all the Zimbabweans, I think it started around at Copacabana there, and the truck was going somewhere. I was not very much able to tell which street it started from. But the police officers, about 5 of them, some were stamping on him, some were beating him with baton sticks, and everybody was watching. Now, somebody is going to tell me that our people are now in a fearful mode.
Yes.
They are terrified, they are always in fear. But I don't think it's a fear. We can attribute this indifference and this apathy and this docility, this subservience, only to fear. I don't think it is right for us to do so. I think it is either God has got something that he is doing to our people for this situation to continue like this. And this is what the Lord said to me. The Lord said to me, do you know why our country has been spared from the ravaging effects of the COVID-19 epidemic? The other nations have lost hundreds of thousands of citizens,
yes.
Tens of thousands.
Yes.
Our country has not been affected that much, and we should thank God for that.
Yes.
But the Lord was saying to me, do you know why I have allowed that to happen? And I said, I don't know. And he said, Zimbabwe has lost more people to politically based brutality than COVID-19.
Amen. Yes.
The people that have died to police intelligence and military brutality in Zimbabwe ever since ZANU-PF took office are more than the total number of people that have died to the COVID-19 in the whole world. The figures of how many people we lost in 2008 are not known. The true figure of how many people were lost, how many lives were lost in the Gukurahundi massacre, the total figure is not known.
Yes.
The total figure of people who have been abducted and disappeared and liquidated and dissolved in acid, the Patrick Kompais, the Rashue Gujas, and other people who died because they dared the system, that number is not known.
Yes.
And people do not know that there are also people who were murdered during the liberation war. by our own comrades. And I know that. Pairiwa hondo yerusununguko tichida kurwisa mabhunu. Isu pache zvedu mazandla nemazipra forces pane vakaurayana futi pakati papa.
Yes.
Which if we are going to have a leader who wants to bring peace in this country, there must be also an investigation into those disappearances of certain Zipra forces and Zipra soldiers and Zipra commanders who were murdered. Onda asati apera kunotori nevakafira nyika inei vanhu vachiti tikurwisa Ian Smith kune vamwe vakanzi endei munouraya vamwe vedu kuti kana hondo yapera tirege kuwana opposition yakanyanya from the Zipra side. And if you ask the people who know this information, they know the truth. That's why I said that other day. Some of the people who are celebrating today as war veterans, if things are investigated properly, they are going to become known as what they truly are.
Yes.
They are political mercenaries. Some of them are murderers. There are people right now who are flaunting themselves as war veterans in whose hands there is blood of their fellow comrades.
Yes.
And there are people who murdered women whom they impregnated during the war.
Yes.
Some of their names, we know them as well. Some takarerwa nevakanga vachitukamirira hondo dzacho tikatoudzwa zvakaitika tine zviko zvatinoziva watina kuenda zvedu asi hatizvitaure every day because we are preachers of the gospel. What I'm trying to say, I want you to see something. Yes, the state is brutal, but have you also considered the recklessness and the foolishness of the Zimbabwean citizen? When one person is being brutalized, some of the comments that are put there by another Zimbabwean, they are a serious cause for concern. A police truck with 5 officers beats up a vendor and the truck goes slowly at a speed of less than 10 kilometers per hour until it goes into Central Police Station. If people were normal people, that video should have ended with the burning of that police truck and the beating up of those police officers.
Yes.
But I can assure you, no Zimbabwean should be vandalized, brutalized, and assaulted while another Zimbabwean is watching.
Yes.
It is high time Zimbabweans should stand up and say, let's die together. If I see you abusing my brother, I'm going to join in. Let's die together. There's no reason for us to live after all. And the people of Zimbabwe do not know that the population, the ordinary Zimbabwean population, is more than the police, the army, and those who work for the intelligence combined.
Yes.
There is no amount of gun power that can silence the voice of all the Zimbabweans. And this is because of the divide and rule tactic that the politicians have been using for all these years.
Yes.
Our people are not united. But I'm not talking about unity, I'm talking about the common humanity in an ordinary person. We no longer have humans in Zimbabwe. Most of our people have turned into animals. They've turned into zombies. They've turned into insane human beings. How do you justify the abuse of those MDC activists simply because they participated in a demonstration which was illegal? So does 2 wrong make a right?
No.
2 wrong don't make a right.
Yes.
2 wrongs do not make a right. Ukaona uchisenda message yakadaro kuti zvavawana vanonyanya kuzvikudza vanozvinyanya vanga vachitsvage vana vadiki kudiko vanhu vakaenda kuhondo vaine 16 years dai nhau yezera ishata dai tiri muindependence here. All these guys vari vachembera vakaenda kuhondo vari ma15 years 16 years, they were active in politics. There is no age that says you should participate in politics when you are 45 years of age. This is just a propaganda that is being peddled by the oppressor and the dictator. And who is going to talk about it if we don't talk about it?
No.
Isusu tine mutswika tinogona kufa every time saka we don't fear to die. Hatichasvika kufa izi takafa kudhara.
Chopad.
I've survived more than 7 assassination attempts. So do you think at this point I'm too afraid to die? I'm no longer afraid to die. I can die anytime. It's not an issue. Musazonyora pa kuti kwamukauraya munoita sei dhokofaka vanhu vanofa vachita sei iyo vanondiuraya vacho vachaenda kudenga nemapapiro here. We are all going to die. Where is Mugabe today? Mugabe is dead. But everybody knows Mugabe was a murderer.
Yes.
And for those who don't say it, they are cowards as well. I am not a coward. Vanhu vedu isusu muZimbabwe munomu, kana pakasaparidzwa vhangeri nemunhu anenge anopenga sezvandinoita izvi, we are never going to recover ourselves from the hands of these bloodthirsty murderers that are leading us. Our people need a psychological restructuring. Parutomboda engine overhaul yesaiki yevanhu vedu kuti vafunge mushe.
Yes.
Itaidza mari akatorwa muGlenora, vanhu vakadii kuridza kukanda matombo murodhi kuti motikari iyoyo isaende naitaidza mari. Munhu anotakurwa vanhu vakatarisa achitobva chamakumba, ndisiyai. Vanhu voti mheno kunetsana kwavaka zvonopedzera ikoko. Ichirega nditenge chukwa masipa ndidzokere kumba. Mangwana anenge ari iwewe, mumwe anenge aidzokera kumba. Mangwana anenge ari uyu akadzokera kumba musi wapfuura, mumwe aidzokera kumba. Kusvikira tapera, tichapera 101 tichingoti inhamo yemumwe hairambirwi sadza. The people of Zimbabwe must rise up.
Yes.
I think this Joanna and colleague abduction should be the last that this government perpetrates against our people without getting them questioned. If people of Zimbabwe are awakened to what they have the right to do and what they don't have the right to do, from that day those ladies came out with that testimony, Zimbabwe shouldn't be governable up to this day. We should all be in the streets saying, no, she and I. Kill us all or resign with immediate effect.
Yes.
That is inexcusable. And I'm not inciting people to mount an armed insurrection against government. No. People have a right to demonstrate, by the way. And in Zimbabwe, there is no demonstration that is going to be legal.
Yeah.
Because we have an illegal government. An illegal government cannot legalize a demonstration against itself. For those who think that they are going to mount a legal demonstration, you are fooling yourself.
Yes.
A criminal government cannot sanction a legal demonstration which is going to fight against an illegal government. Ajit. All right. So, Pastor Marangi, before I go to my message, I wanted to talk about our president. I want to talk about him. Now, this is one of the reasons why I'm going to talk about President Mnangagwa today. In 2018, I wrote him a letter asking to see him. Yes, I did so. I think I may have a copy. Pastor Manangi, look for an envelope there. There might be an envelope there inside those drawers. I said to President Mnangagwa, I've got God's instructions concerning your administration. Call me, bring me here to your office so that I can tell you what God has said. I think it's not the one. It's okay. And what President Mnangagwa did is he didn't invite me. A week before we were involved in an accident, I also went to his office with a letter telling him that I was being followed and that my life was in danger. And I told him that I'm not saying my life is in danger because I'm afraid to die. But I told him that I'm afraid on behalf of my wife and children. And I said to him, I don't know why the state is using state resources to buy fuel to 2 or 3 vehicles so that they can follow me everywhere I'm going. If you want to kill me, I think it is proper for you to talk to me first before you kill me. If there's somebody who is planning to kill me in your government, they are your subordinate. You have power to address those issues. And I said in that letter, it is better for me to die on Monday than for me to die on Friday, but knowing that I'm going to die from Monday to Friday. The torture of anticipating dying itself is more painful than death itself.
Yes.
So he didn't respond to me, but the lady that we saw in his office, she assured us that whether he's going to agree to meet with us or not, she was going to give us a reply, which we never got as well. Two of the people that I had in my company when I went to President Mnangagwa's office died in that fateful accident that happened on the 12th of June in 2019 last year. Maivuru Muku and Babaka Nyuchi.
Yes.
I went with them. Pastor Marangi, we were together, right?
Yeah.
Pastor Marangi was also there. But some of the things that I could have talked to him about, I can't say them now because I still hope that one day he's going to come back to his senses and say, let me meet this young man and hear what God has said to him about my administration. If you remember, the day a coup was staged against President Mnangagwa in 2017, I said, these guys are not going to build our economy. God has just given them an opportunity for them to shame themselves in the full glare of the population. I said that. Go back to my videos. But I want you to think about what our president said when he was in Kwekwe. He said he built a mortuary in Kwekwe. And after building a mortuary, he promised, I think, 5 million. I stated to be corrected. I can't remember the figure offhand, but I think it was 5 million. He said this mortuary is so cold. If people die, they are going to enjoy the cold temperatures in a mortuary. And he also said he gave a prize that who was the first person to be put into that mortuary was going to be given 5 million local currency Zimbabwean dollars. When I looked at that video, a lot of people laughed and a lot of people clapped hands. At that rally or whatever he was doing, people clapped hands for him.
Yes.
And when I saw our Zimbabweans clapping hands to such madness, I was very worried.
Yes.
I asked myself, do we hope here in Zimbabwe that situations are going to change? Is it criminal for you not to clap hands when somebody says something that is unwise or foolish? So sungisa here. Naye vanhu veZimbabwe imbondipindurai. Mutungamiri wenyika akataura zvinhu zvisina musoro, zvinosungisa here kuramba kuombera? Nekuombera cheko vanhu vanotya kurega kuombera. Amana, tell me the level of cowardice in our country. How much have our people become cowards?
Saka ndikati ni vanhu vomumbizo Kwekwe. Pane price yefamily chatanga kuisa munhu. Kandi hospital kwa kuna mwanga atoshaya vakabva vangohwina price. Patapinda mochari mutawana chitanda ane 6 ma base ema bodies anotonhorera. Anangopinza ruboko andakuzopinda.
Vanhu vanotya nekurega kuombera chaiko kuti aiwa ina ndombere zvakadaro mungatondiuraya. This is nonsense. Now, to President Mnangagwa, I have these 2 questions concerning that video. To those people in Kwekwe who are struggling to live a decent life, who would have made good use of that $5 million, but they were not sick and they were not dying, what exactly were you expecting them to do in order for them to get the prize? You made an offer. The first person to die shall receive $5 million. My question is, a poor person, a poor man in Kwekwe who can't feed his children and his wife, who is struggling to pay rentals, he could have benefited a lot from a fraction of that $5 million. Yes. What exactly did you expect that man to do for him to get the 5 million? Did you expect them to commit suicide, to stampede so that they would try to run so that they may die first? And how do you give a dead man a prize? It's still part of the first question. Yes. Were you going to enter into the mortuary and put the 5 million into that tray, into that refrigerator tray where the body has now been put? How do you give a dead man a prize? President Mnangagwa, munakafa munompa mubairo sei. The second question to President Mnangagwa is, if you are going to give a person 5 million as a prize for dying, what achievement is that in your mind? And how does that achievement encourage those that have remained alive? Kana mna achipiwa mari yekunzi atanga kufa nekupinzwa mumochari, anenge achipiwa mubayiro kuti agona chii? Agona kukurumidza kufa. Now, for those who laughed at what President Mnangagwa was saying there, if he was cracking a joke, then he has got to attend to a psychiatric session so that his sense of humor may get attention, may get adjusted by a psychological therapist. You can't joke with people's lives like that, especially if you are the father of the nation. That was not a joke. If it was his way of cracking a joke, then he's a terrible joker after all. Yes. But my question, I don't care if I'm going to die today, I don't care. I lost my wife, I lost very close people to me through this gospel. And I'm not trying to pick a fight with them. This is something that I should do because nobody has got the guts to say it. Yes. I am the only person with this bravery to address these issues. Hate me for all I care. My question to President Mnangagwa is, are you seriously telling me that you can't send money to a struggling clinic in a rural area? There are certain schools in which students, primary school students, and their teachers, they conduct lessons under trees. There are not enough classrooms. Yes. You have 5 million in your pocket, waiting for somebody to die for you to give them as a prize. What kind of a leader are you? But overall, what I'm saying is not part of my message. Airtime ndeyangu, pulpit ndeyangu, studio ndeyangu, apana zvamunondiita. Ndobvumidza kutaura zvandiita ngoda. Ende hazvisungise futi. Kana zvichisungisa ndibatei mangwana tosangana kukoti. Koti yacho futi yakatanangirwa nemapoliticians. Yes. Now, when I listened to President Mnangagwa saying that he offered 5 million to the first person to die who is going to enter into the mortuary which he had built in Kwekwe, I asked myself, does this nation know that this leader of ours is not in his right mind? If it was in another democratic country, that following day, President Mnangagwa was either going to issue a public apology or he was going to tender his resignation. Yes. People in other countries would never stomach such nonsense. Yes. Boris Johnson can never say that in the UK. Emmanuel Macron can never say such rubbish in France. Yes. And Justin Trudeau can never say that in Canada. America is an exception. It also has another madman there, Donald Trump. Is our president in his right mind? Does he not have a psychological problem? Another day, he took a sofa to go to Chimanimani so that he can assess the effects of cyclone Idai. Kutakura sofa shuwa helicopter kwenda kunoona vanhu vachichema vanhu vavo vakafa so vanhu vachiti baba vakatorwa nemvura asati vawana munhu anobidyura sofa leather kuenda kunhamo naro. I can assure you something is not right in our president's mind. And these are things that you will never hear another person addressing.
Yes.
And then when he was there, he said, he started to gloat. And he said, we have been given 2 million by the United States government. Donald Trump has given us real money.
Our bond will remain 1 to 1 with the dollar. Those who want to lose their money can change it at whatever level, but formally and officially it remains 1 to 1.
Trump manch. Trump unomziva. President okupi. Oba America. Yakatsema sanje ngawo. Nezuro kwanelini, zuro chaiko. Akatumira ambassador wake. Akauya ne 2.5 million. 2.5 million. Yemali yokusha kwabo. Kwete maratiji. Yopamo Chayo 2.5 million kazi ndamuno batsirika maninga asikana mune zvimwe zvamunenge mchiona kuti munosvika zvakare tine station yedu iri muSouth Africa tinokwanisa kupa zvimwe namo iri pano kuti udze kuti modei ndonamachava nayo nokutaura kuti nodei kubva kuna Trump hawe
After spending almost a year in office arguing that our own local currency is money enough, that day he lost control. He was so excited. He said, real money. Kwete mabondeda, madola baba atakapiwa. The money that we were given by America, they wanted to give those people so that they can have a way of starting afresh in their lives. Most of those people lost their homes, their clothes, their blankets. They didn't have anything to start with. It was supposed to build homes, shelters for the cyclone Idai victims, to use that money to conduct funerals. The state was supposed to sponsor funerals that were to be conducted to bury the bodies of those that died because of that flood. Essentially, that money that America gave us, in our African culture, we call it a condolence contribution.
Yes.
Imari yechema yekuti munhu akauya pamba panenge pafiwa anouya oscot ndine urombo nekushayika kwaita baba ndauya nekamari kangu aka batsirikai muwane pekutangira. Hazvina kunaka zvaitika. Tinoziva kuti pane zvinoda kuitwa pano, pachadiwa chikafu chekuti vanhu vari kuchema vadye. It's a condolence contribution. Kuna naAmerica ukazviitwe. In Africa, if you are attending a funeral, you don't just go there empty-handed. You go there with a contribution to help the bereaved family in addressing the financial challenges associated with managing the funeral proceedings. So America essentially gave us a condolence contribution of $2 million. It's not some money to brag about, because remember, you have lost your loved one. You are grieving.
Yes.
So in our culture, we give that, we appoint a family, a trusted family member, to receive all the condolence contributions so that they may be used as the funeral procedures are conducted. The one person who has lost their bereaved person, they don't ask after every hour, how much have we received so far? How much have we received so far? It's uncultural. Atidaro mu Africa kuti kana washayikirwa vanhu vakauya nemari uchichema imari naiwe yasvika uyasiya chinera pane zimoto rataona panzam atisiya mari 50. We don't do that. But that's what our president did. He stood up and he said, tarisiva mari yakawanda. Mari yechema haishambadzirwe kuti tiri kuvhara tapuwa mari. Mari yechema haimutse vafa uye hairape varwere vari muzvipatara. Saka ari kuchema haatange kupembera kuti ndapuwa mari yechema. That's what our president did.
Yes.
Vakapembera kuti tapuwa mari yechema na Donald Trump. Now, my question in this statement is there not a cause for concern in our local Zimbabweans? Does our president not need to do a psychological evaluation to see if his mind is operating well? Some of the comments that he makes when he's addressing our people, they are not only reckless, but they are a provocation to the sanity of the people of Zimbabwe. And as a preacher, I am worried, because while the president makes those wild rhetorics and unreasonable, reckless statements, we have some of our people clapping hands to him. I don't like that. And I'm worried. The hope that Zimbabwe is going to recover itself economically, politically, and socially. These are the indicators to me that show me that we are a long way from freedom. Let us have these people mismanaging our economy. Let us have them brutalizing us, and let us condemn them. But we have to consider the state of mind of our people to find out if we have a capacity to do things the proper way. If something wrong is done, are we able to see that this is wrong? If something outrageous is done, are we able to condemn that it is outrageously wrong? Our people vari kuita ndonzwa kunaka dzokorora. Mumwe achibhinywa apa pachinzvimbo chekuti tibate makodzi tichichema, kune vari kuombera so pachitaurwa zvinhu zvinoshamisa kuti murume mukuru anonzi ane degree repolitical science anoomberera zvinhu zvakadaro. And finally, before I go back to my message, I want to say something. Have you also recognized that our leadership, and in particular our president, he seems to be obsessed with making the lives of Zimbabweans worse by each day? From the day President Mnangagwa entered into office until this afternoon, the 24th of May 2020, most of the laws that he is enacting, signing to, appending his signature to make them law, they are every law with one target. They have an agenda to make the lives of our people difficult. Let me show you 3 examples. The first example is a law that says if you are found without wearing a mask, you will be arrested. And the prosecutor general appeared on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken, or Facebook, with a certain document which the president had already signed into law.
We're moving around without a mask in a public place constitutes an offense for which a penalty of a fine of level 12 or imprisonment for up to 1 year can be imposed on you. So it's important that you wear your face mask whenever you're in a public place.
That you are going to be made to pay a hefty fine, and also you may end up being imprisoned for a period of a year in prison or going forward, more than a year. And how can a president sign such a law in a country that has more than 90% unemployment rate, which has more than 80% of the people surviving on informal businesses, which informal businesses have been shut down since the beginning of this lockdown in the COVID-19 situation. The people are instructed by law to remain at home. If you want to go to the grocery shop to buy some foodstuffs, you need to have a mask. In order for you to have a mask, you need to go to the pharmacy because the supermarkets are not selling these masks. In order for you to go to the pharmacy, you need a letter from the police that allows you to go to the pharmacy. In order for you to go to the police station, you need a mask. If you are met by the police on your way to the police station to seek for a letter to go to the pharmacy without a mask, they will arrest you. If you are met by the police officer on your way to the pharmacy to buy a mask so that you may go to the police station to look for a letter, you will be arrested. Eventually, that law is not only unwise, it is also very oppressive, very repressive, and very tyrannical.
Yes.
How can you pass a law that says if you are found without a mask, you'll be arrested, when the mask is found from a pharmacy that needs somebody to travel for, some of them for 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers. Some actually need to board a combi or a bus to go to town. Some of them live in rural areas where even the rural area pharmacies are not selling the masks. How do you expect a rural grandmother to have a mask? How do you expect them? If I want to send my grandmother a mask, I have to go to the rural area to give a mask. But in order for me to go to the rural area to take a mask to my grandmother, I need a letter. It's just foolishness, and this law is one of the many laws that our president has passed with one objective: to make our people's lives more miserable than they are already. Another law is this Zupco nonsense that he has introduced again. Every commuter omnibus operator must register with Zupco. And people do not understand that the reason why the president is doing this, it is for two things. He wants to be able to control the combi drivers, because when there are demonstrations, combis do not carry people into town. They support the political activities of this country in many cases, which are fighting the illegal activities of our government. Yes. They saw that when there was that demonstration in which we ended up losing more than 10 people when the soldiers gunned down.
An AK-47 is a Chinese model that has actually been used as well. That's an AK-47 live round that has actually been used.
Where's the shooting coming from?
112 or 911. I'm beaten by the soldiers.
Okay. This is your phone?
I've what? Peaceful demonstration.
They removed your truth.
Let me split my
I'm not
mind.
sure I can't hear.
They removed your truth.
They hit him.
Yeah.
A lot of combis were parked at home. That's why he then introduced these buses that the government is buying through this Tarwirei business tycoon. And I want you to know that our government has no capacity to buy buses to carry everyone and to provide transport to every route in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Our government is more broke than a church mouse. And they are using illegal tactics to repress the voice of the people who are already angry, because he knows our people are angry.
Yes.
But he doesn't know that by continuously repressing them, oppressing them, abusing them, enacting laws that are making their lives a living hell, he doesn't know that he is bringing his end closer than it was already.
Yes.
He doesn't know that. This fear that he has sowed into the people is going to end one day. Hakuna babe vanotonga musha akabata shamu kubva kuseni kusvika manheru.
Yes.
Most of the time when our president addresses the people, you'll be talking about shamu iri kurungwa iri mufiriji.
Vana zvina business vari kuramba vakangosumudzira mutengo. Aiwa, harege vakadaro. Pindai mumashopu evava vadzikisa mutengo. Uyo anenge achidhurisa kwete. Tiri kuvarongera. Tiri kuvarongera. Yavo shamu iri kugadzikwa zvakanaka nakaiswa pamushana, yomboiswa mumvura muno munyu. Yeah.
Why do you want to beat up people? Why don't you save them?
Yes.
You are our servant, Mr. Mnangagwa. You are not our oppressor. You are not here to make our lives difficult. You must save our interests. And those civic rights organizations should have challenged this law at court. Mutemo wezupko unofana kuchallengewa kucourt. Mutemo wekuti vanhu vanosungwa vakaonekwa vasina mask. It is illegal. Our people are very poor. They can't afford to buy these masks that the government expects people to have. People are barely surviving. They don't even have enough food in their houses. It is illegal for the poor people of Zimbabwe to be expected to obey such a law. It is inconsiderate. It is cruel. And it is evil.
Yes.
My problem is I have Zimbabweans who clap hands when such laws are being passed and enacted. That is my problem. Our hope was supposed to be in the sanity of the ordinary Zimbabwean, so that when we say we don't want this anymore, everybody will stand up and say, let's stand up against this.
Yes.
We don't have an agenda to take off Mr. Mnangagwa from his office. No. But he has to be responsible. He accounts to us. He answers to us. We are the reason why he's in office. He must push laws and agendas that benefit the ordinary Zimbabwean, and that's not what he's doing. And when he passes these laws, our people are celebrating them. That's my problem.
Yes.
But in Zimbabwe, you are the reason why we are where we are today. The Zimbabwean people, you are the reason why we are where we are today. You don't think straight. You are cowards. You are so afraid that you can't even avoid clapping hands for certain things that are not only unwise and foolish, but that are fighting your very existence itself. Panotaurwa zvinhu zvinorwisa upenyu hwako iwewe wobva waombera maoko. One day our president was saying the absence of enough rain for our agricultural activities, if he had suspected the presidents, he would have sent soldiers to beat them up. And people laughed at such a comment.
Asiyoka. Enetize vakuti vanhu vokuwadzana vasingade kuti mvura inaye taingoti amikomba itirove.
He said kusanaya kuita mvura uku dai vanga varawa nekukwadzana kana kubudiriro vari kuregesa mvura kusanaya tingadai takati masoja endai munorova vanhu. That was very reckless.
Yes.
He was in essence admitting that all that the soldiers are doing in violating our people's rights and peace and health, he is the one ordering them to do that.
Yes.
And what worried me was the people that laughed at such a comment. People who clapped hands to such madness. I don't know. Maybe I'm not going to live until the end of this year. But it's a question that I want our people to begin to ask themselves from today onwards. Is our president fit for office, psychologically speaking? Is he mentally stable to execute the office of a president? Some of the statements that he makes prove otherwise.
Yes.
Hakuna president anotaura kuti arida kupa munhu 5 million kana akataka kufa kupinda mochari yavaka. Hakuna a normal person doesn't talk like that. It's not normal. It's not normal. Madoctors anotarisa pfungwa ndipindurei kuti munhu ari normal anotaura here achidaro. Our psychologists and psychiatrists here in Zimbabwe tell Chiwenga, is this what a normal person does? Say, let's take away the office of a president. Let's put him in the shoes of an ordinary businessman who builds a mortuary for a community. Let's put him into the shoes of a village head. Sabhuku chaiwo vanogonere kutaura mashoko aya. Nyika yakaombera kudaizo. Vanhu vakaseka ha ha ha. Makagona makavaka mortuary inotonhorera. Munotaura zvekutonhorera kwemochari. Munozviziva kuti rimwe zuva muchapindawo imomo. Vanotarisa pfungwa ndiudzei kuti pfungwa dzemunhu akadaro dziri right here. Kana kuti dzangu ini ndo dzisiri right. Ndidedzei muongorore dzangu pamwe ini ndii ndisiri right. But I don't think our president is in all counts mentally stable to run this country. Kana mdawa ndisungei kumba kwangu vanokuziva 2 months ago vakatumira drone pamba pangu. Izvezvi ndakatenga reke ndikariona da kuripfura. I will never ask anyone about it. They said our government sent a drone up above my house like this. Such a stupid, cowardly government. Muri kutumira drone kumba kwemunhu akati ngatoona nei. Muda kuona chi? Munofunga kuti kumba kwangu kunoita pfuti dzandingaite ndodzidii pfuti. Can you imagine kuti government iri kutumira drone kumba kwangu inini? All right. I was speaking as a Zimbabwean. I was speaking as a preacher who is in his right mind, addressing issues that affect our nation, which nobody has the bravery or the boldness to address because of cowardice. I'm going to talk like this. I have nothing to lose. All that I feared I was going to lose, I have lost it already. If you are a Zimbabwean, think about what I'm saying. Are you in your right mind? So if you are not in a right mind, and the president is not in his right mind, if President Mnangagwa is to vacate office right now, who is going to be right-minded enough to lead us? I think he's a sample of the type of people that we have in Zimbabwe.
Yes, he's a sample.
Pakaipa. Ini Mwara akandipa basa rekuparidza. Ndobva andiudza kuti kana uchiparidza unofanira kutsiura nyika.
Yes.
Nevanhu vasinganditende dzimwe nguva vakanzwa zvandinotaura izvi, pfungwa dzavo dzehunhu dzichadzoka mavari. Vanhu vedu havasi right. Mafungire evanhu vedu chaiwo kana tine problem chaiwo iri serious. vanhu vaunonotengeserwa navo kusupermarket nemafuel attendants ndo vanhu vari kubvotera vanhu ivava, ndo vanhu vari kuomberera vanhu ivava, ndo vanhu vanoombera panotaurwa zvemochari inotonhorera, ndo vanoenda futi kwamagaya nekwamakandiwa vachinotengeserwa jecha neoiri, vanhu vamwe chete.
Yes.
So the gospel is awakening people so that they may regain their sanity. Our Zimbabwean people have lost their sanity. The psychology of our people has been seriously damaged. The many years of abuse, the many years of terror, the many years of oppression and repression, it has not only cultivated a system of fear and timidity in our people, but there is also an alarming rate of lack of moral good judgment in our people. And a politician is not going to give you this opportunity to regain your sanity.
Yes.
No, doesn't matter how good he is. A politician is a politician. You need a preacher so that you can regain your mind, your consciousness, your sanity. And I am one of those preachers that God is going to be using,
Yes.
so that a Zimbabwean can regain their conscience, their sanity, their moral compass, their moral dignity. Yes. Izvezvi zvandataura izvi izotarisai pafacebook mangwana kune vamwe vanenge vachidemonstrata kusakwana futi vachindirwisa nezvandataura izvi. Kunotori nevamwe vachandipopota vachandituka mangwana nezvinyadzi vanenge vachindituka.
Yes, ariko.
Do you know that when somebody is a mental patient, they even run away from the doctor that is administering their treatment, to such an extent that the doctor will sometimes require help from security guards in the hospital to tie the patient onto the hospital bed so that he can give the patient an injection shot. To ask a mediman to open his mouth so that they can swallow tablets, sometimes it will take you 6 hours. That's the situation we have in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
The mental problems, the psychological problems that we have in Zimbabwe, they even manifest when you look at how people comment when we speak like this. If God is not going to use the gospel, what is he going to use? God doesn't have any other strategy to deliver you from this problem. He only depends on the gospel. When God speaks, he uses the preacher of the gospel. And I am that preacher of the gospel.
Yes.
Don't tell me preach Jesus. Don't talk about politics. I have a right, just like you have a right, to talk about politics. Politics is too important to ignore. It's important. We can't ignore it. If you label me a political preacher, I don't care. I preach 7-hour messages, 4-hour messages. This is just a detour that I've made because the Lord asked me to talk about this. Something is not right in our people. It's not right.
Yes.
So let's go back to our message. But before we do that, I want to tell you that I hope that the Lord is going to help you regain your sanity and your psychological uprightness. I hope and I pray and I hope that even as I speak like this, maybe I'm not going to be alive to see Zimbabwe regaining its moral compass, its moral integrity, its sanity. Maybe I will be long gone. But I hope what God has asked me to do, I'm going to play a small part in the regaining of the Zimbabwean psyche, the regaining of the Zimbabwean sanity. I hope that the work that I've done up to this date, it is going to be an accessory in that project. And I want to tell you today that if this issue I'm talking about is not addressed, putting hopes in elections is just not only a waste of money, but it is a waste of your hope and your heart and your mind. What Zimbabwe needs, it needs the right-minded people more than it needs a new president. Zimbabwe needs a right-minded people more than it needs an election. Zimbabwe needs a right-minded people more than it needs investors and foreign direct investment.
Yes.
Zimbabwe needs to regain its sanity before it can talk about dealing with corruption. Who is going to deal with corruption if our people are running amok like they are doing?